if this burns, we're gonna burn it together. Yay! Have you ever had raspberries in your brownies before? Nope.
No.
Nice. Well, our raspberries are nice and soft. Wow, look at that.
Wow, that looks so good.
Yep, you should just eat that. Yep, just put it right in your mouth. Yeah.
Oh, that's the best thing in the world.
It's the best thing in the world? Hey, Chef Corso, Outdoor Eats. I'm here to put you on the path to amazing meals on your outdoor treks. If you're base camp cooking, hiking, backpacking, whatever, but we are in the woods of Raleigh, Durham, and kind of the general woods of Raleigh, Durham. You know, I've got my Carolina blue on today. It's because I want to fit in, you know, so I don't get like shanked on the trail or something. But sorry, Duke fans, you can suck it, but like respectfully, you can suck it. But we were talking base camp cooking, and we are really looking at the Omnia Oven here today. I've been super curious about this. I've seen this on multiple rigs and at different campsites, and I've seen some things coming out of it, and overall it's pretty cool and pretty tasty, but I have never physically tested this yet. So we are gonna test this out today here in the woods. We're gonna cook 3 recipes here today. And we are gonna cook raspberry brownies. Yeah, we're gonna throw raspberries in an awesome chocolate brownie mix. We are going to make, what else are we gonna make? Oh yeah, we're gonna make crescent rolls with country ham, because I haven't had a crescent roll in like forever. And then lastly, we are gonna make a chicken chili verde enchilada bake, because apparently you can make casseroles in this too, besides just bacon muffins and bacon bread. But first things first, we are gonna look at what was in the box and the things that we potentially could bake on, and then we're gonna get cooking. So this is what Omnia sent me. Thanks again, Omnia. But let's take a look what's in our tote here. So we've got a lid, and I already put the thermometer on. We've got the bottom base, I think. We've got some silicone muffin cups. All right, that sounds fun. We've got, oh man, 2 other silicone inserts. Can help for non-stick, obviously. And then we've got the main base unit here, which is pretty light, but still sturdy. And then this, from my understanding, is a baking rack, so you don't necessarily have the heat hitting right on the bottom, because that might burn it. So we've got quite a few things to play around with here today. Oh, one more thing we've got back here is another one, which is a non-stick oven. So we're gonna use a couple of these things here today because I wanna give it a full test. But it's funny because this sort of looks like a bunt pan. Remember bunts? If you don't know what bunts are like a cake with a hole in it. Really popular for community gatherings. You can do a lot of different sort of spice cakes and all that kind of stuff. So this isn't necessarily a bunt pan, and also don't be confused with this kind of bunting or this kind of bunting. Okay, so like we're talking cooking, we're not talking these kind of things, okay? So these are all of our pieces. I'm gonna try 3 separate styles with 3 separate recipes, but first off, let's get our raspberry brownies going. I've got my brownie mix all mixed up here, and what I am using here today is, what am I using here today? Where is it? Ah, yes, Ghirardelli. Ghirardelli makes an excellent brownie mix. Like sometimes you don't need to do the full meal deal, just get Ghirardelli because it's super good. So for the brownies, I'm gonna use one of the silicone baking liners. And for our raspberries, just fresh raspberries. You know, you can use some raspberry jam here too, but I'm just gonna do the fresh raspberries right in the bottom. Make sure they get all in there. Pack that out later. And then just fill in our brownie mix right on top of them. And what's gonna happen is those raspberries are gonna bake, and they're gonna get all in our brownie mix, and they are awesome. I've been doing this for a long time, and man, it is so good. So, and the other thing, while I'm finishing filling here, talking about amount of gas for this. So this is definitely base camp cooking, and what I have experienced from some of the recipes that I've seen is that it's gonna take 20 to 40 minutes for some of these recipes, so you need quite a bit of gas. So depending on what you're baking and depending on how many things you are baking, you may need multiple of the green canisters, or what I have set up here today is a nice growler, propane growler from Ignic, also some other propane growlers out there, but that can be really, really helpful so you're not worried about running out of gas before your brownies or before your bread is done. But just want to call that out because this isn't necessarily quick. We're baking here. One thing Omnia has told me about is that treat this like an oven. So thinking about putting brownies or putting dinner rolls or putting a casserole in the oven, it's going to take a few minutes to really do its thing and really cook it through. But you know, we're going to find out. I think it might take a little bit less time just because we have some more surface area and things. But part of all these recipes is I'll tell you how long it actually took. You know, I was watching some other videos on YouTube and I'm like, hey, cool, you made some cinnamon rolls. How long did it take? They didn't tell me, but I will tell you how long this takes, like exactly. So we've got our raspberry brownies. Man, that looks ooey gooey and yummy. And I'm gonna use the baking rack because I don't want direct heat on this. So I'm gonna get my burner going. And put our lid on. And a reminder, I have never actually used this. So if this burns, we're gonna burn it together. But I think it's gonna be interesting to dial in the exact temperature for these brownies. Wow, it's already getting nice and warm. And wow, our temperature gauge is going up quickly. So we've got about 100 degrees. Yep, brownies are still in there. But we are gonna come back when these are done. So this has only been cooking for just like less than 5 minutes, but what I'm noticing is we need to turn our heat down a little bit. So we're getting a little bit over 400 degrees, which is a little bit hot for, you know, baking some brownies. But man, just a few minutes, it really got that heat going. I'm resisting the urge to open it up because it's like opening up the door of the oven, is you don't want to let all the heat out. But that's part of the first maiden voyage of this, is just really dialing in the heat with the specific burner that you have. And these camp chefs tend to go nice and hot, which is a great thing. So while our brownies are baking, I'm gonna go ahead and prep our crescent rolls with country ham here. So if you don't know what country ham is ham, so it's pork made into ham, but it is cured for a little bit longer than just like deli ham or like breakfast ham, to be able to be a little bit more like prosciutto. So it's a little bit sturdier. But in the South, where I am here, it's available just in the grocery store, just in this package. So if you're looking for another protein source on the trail, look to country ham because it's pretty solid and pretty bulletproof. So I'm just gonna open up my packages and just give them a quick little dice to throw into our cups here. Let's see what we've got here. I haven't tasted this in a while. Definitely drier than normal. Hammy. It's got, if you like prosciutto, it's got that little bit of a barnyardy flavor in a really great way. Earthy, that's maybe another way to say it. It's definitely pretty salty, so be mindful of that. And it's a great ingredient to have along. You can even add it to a lot of soups and stews and things. I'm just gonna do a quick little chop on this.
Keep it rolling.
Yeah, and camera guy needs to try. So for these, I'm just gonna put a little bit of oil. I know we've got silicone, but I do want a little bit of extra fat in there. Could throw a little nugget of butter. Again, we're sort of experimenting here. Nice. So let's take a look at our temperature over here. So I actually turned the burner off because it was getting pretty hot. So we're at 300, so I'm just gonna go turn it back on. Get it back to kind of that 350, 375. So we just had a 10-minute timer go off, so let's just do a quick little check and see how we're doing. yeah, it's coming along, it's bubbling. We've got some nice edges cooking, but definitely not there yet, but we are on our way. So we're using just classic crescent rolls here today. I chose crescent rolls. You could also use drop biscuits. You could do little dinner rolls. You can do, any other kind of bread you want, but I chose these because I haven't had these in a long time. And this is classic America, and we're using American ham. We're making brownies. We're not, well, I guess we're not. We're making Mexican food too, but whatever. But I just wanted to eat them because I haven't had them in a long time. So I always love opening these because you just never know when it's going to explode. Yay! It happened. Actually, we're going to try a couple options here. Maybe do a little bit of country ham in it and then roll it up. Oh, sure, why not? And then maybe we'll just do a little smash on there. Just put a big little hat on it. This is part of the fun of testing some of these things, is like I got an idea about kind of what I want to make, but it's fun to be able to experiment some different stuff and different styles. So maybe the pinwheel is going to be the best, maybe the hat's going to be the best, I don't know. Nice. So those are all ready for our pan whenever our brownies are done. So we'll come back and check in on that. So our brownies have been going for about 25 minutes, so let's check them out. Wow, look at that. Bubbling. We've still got a little bit of gooshy in the middle. So if you like gooshy brownies, this is the time for you. Also, we'll do the old cake tester test. Hey, look, I found a pine needle. Let's use that today. Yeah, not quite there yet. Pretty gooshy in the middle. Let's check the outside though. Yep, so we still got a little bit more time. Yep. Tasting that raspberry chocolate together. That's really, really good. So this probably needs another 5 to 10 minutes, but we'll keep it going and cook it till it's done. So this has been going for about a half an hour. So let's check about what we've got here. Man, I can smell those raspberries starting to really cook. So let's check out. Nice, so that's looking pretty clean. We're also gonna have some carryover cooking too. Check in the middle. Ooh, nice. Maybe a little bit gooey, but that's looking pretty awesome. For this specific brownie mix and for this specific day, it took about 30 to 40 minutes. See, I told you, I was gonna tell you how long it took. But about 30, 40 minutes, and it's gonna, again, have a little bit more carryover cooking. So I'm gonna put it over here, let it cool down, and we're gonna try it, and we are gonna get our country ham crescent rolls going for our next thing to test. Well, I'm excited to see how these little muffin cups work, but you could easily make muffins, blueberry muffins, streusel muffins, whatever, biscuits in there. And you could also make some little mini frittatas in here too. So mix up your favorite ingredients, your eggs, your cheese, and put them in here, and it should cook up pretty darn quick. But that's another option. But man, there's a lot of great quick breads you can make in these muffin cups. Our country ham crescent rolls are starting to go here, and for this recipe, I do want it a little bit hotter. I probably want it about 400 or so, but again, we'll play around with the heat. I will say from our brownies, it is really important that you're minding the heat, especially the first couple times you use it, and depending also on your stove, just dialing it in as far as exactly the right temperature and the right setting on your stove for your burner. So we're gonna go ahead and prep our chicken chili verde enchilada bake while our crescent rolls are baking, because we need to keep this train going, and I've got a peanut gallery over here that's waiting to test this kind of stuff. So we are just gonna use this straight up pan because I do want to have some crispiness and some direct contact, and I also want to test the direct contact right on here, what that sort of looks like and what that feels like, rather than having the baking tray in there. So what we're gonna do here is we've got some great ingredients in the pantry here. So we've got some canned chicken, we've got some refried beans, we've got some pre-cooked Spanish style rice, we've got a bunch of cheese down here, we've got verde salsa, an avocado, jalapeno, lime, and then just some tortilla chips. You can use regular tortillas too, but you know, this is sort of the quick dump version. And I've never actually, well, I made versions of this before, but I've never made it in something like this. But think about this, like we're gonna kind of layer up a Mexican lasagna with all of these ingredients, the cheese in the middle, so it all kind of gets all together. But man, I'm actually really excited for this. This is gonna be really darn good. Let's check in on our crescent rolls here. We'll get it nice and close on that. Oh, wow. That looks pretty amazing. Wow, look at that. You've got a nice caramely bottom. Oh, and our country ham on the bottom. Oh, right, we did a couple styles. One that's the pinwheel. Wow, that looks amazingly great. Nice, well, this has only been about 10 minutes at like 400. So that's pretty awesome. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I can't wait to try those. That's really exciting. Nice, look at those things. They are cooling and I really want to eat them. But we're gonna go ahead and get our last recipe going here. Again, I've never really made this specific thing. I'm barely using this Omnia oven for the first time, so I'm not quite sure how long this is gonna take. But I'm gonna cook it at probably about 375, maybe a little bit of 400, kind of dial in that heat a little bit more as well. But let's get this one cooking too. So let's check it. It's been about 5 minutes. Again, I've never made this one before. Just want to see what's going on in here. And also, you know, I'm not using this right on the burner, but it's coming together pretty nice. Looks like I could use a little bit more moisture. So one way to do that is to just add a little bit of beer. Nice. Yeah. All right, so while this is finished baking, we're gonna test these two, and I have a special guest as a guest taster here today. Nice, so both of these have cooled down nicely and enough to definitely test, but our guest taster here today is Jackson.
Yes.
Where are you from?
I'm from Ohio.
You're not from Ohio, you live here now.
Yes. But
Come on over here.
it's been a long camping. I wish if only I had some good food to test.
Well, we have at least a couple options for you to try. What do you want to try first?
Yum. I'll try. What's this then?
So this is a crescent roll with some country ham in it.
Ooh, wow. That's so cool. Can I have it?
Yeah, you want to try? Here, I'll try it with you too.
Oh, that's super good.
Yeah? What's good about it?
It has ham in it.
It has ham in it, and that is why it's good. I like that.
It's not too hard. I feel like a lot of croissants are hard. This is the good kind.
The good kind, nice soft. Yeah, crescent roll, croissant-y situation. A little bit of salty going on there. You'd be okay with that, eating that? Yeah.
Super good.
Okay, me too. All right, camera guy needs some. All right, well, do you want to try the raspberry brownies? Have you ever had raspberries in your brownies before? Nope?
No.
Okay. Well, you're still chewing on some crescent rolls, so that's pretty good. Oh man, let's see what we got here. I'm gonna get my knife out. Nice. Well, our raspberries are nice and soft. Wow, look at that.
Wow, that looks so good. Can I just...
Yep, you should just eat that. Yep, just put it right in your mouth. Yeah.
Oh, that's the best thing in the world.
It's the best thing in the world? I think so too. I love raspberry brownies. Hey Jordan, you want some too? Hey Jordan. Raspberry brownie? Oh, doggy approved too. So, is this a thumbs up? Raspberry brownies, thumbs up? Nice.
Definitely.
I think so, definitely too. You know, they're really soft.
They're so soft. That like the raspberries, I think that the raspberries would taste bad in it, but it actually like kind of mixes with the, it kind of makes like a fruity brownie texture.
For sure.
I don't know. I'm not like a chef guy, but that's really good.
It's okay. I'm a chef guy. But yeah, I'm glad you like it. I really like it too.
Yeah.
But yeah, nice and gooey on the inside. And you also, go ahead.
Raspberry.
You also get raspberries. But the other thing, if you guys out there like the edges of brownies, you have more edges for your own enjoyment. And oh man, that is so good.
So good. Can I have some more?
You may. I'm gonna get my camera guy though. Hold on. Hold on. And we have another we have another unofficial recipe tester over. No, just we have another unofficial recipe tester over here, McKenna, but she's behind the camera. So we're feeding the whole family here today. Man.
Oh, that's so good.
So good. I'm glad you like it. Well, we've got one more thing to test, but I think this needs a few more minutes. You want to come back and help me with that one?
Yes.
Cool. Nice. So our enchilada bake has been baking here on our stovetop for about a little over 10 minutes. Wow, we've got some really nice heat going, bubbling. Oh man, it's starting to smell really, really good. So if you see here, we've got some nice moisture. We've got nice moisture, which is nice. Yeah, got it, Corso, thanks. But I would like it a little bit drier than this. You know, if you are a wet guy, you are a wet lady, then maybe this is gonna be nice for you. But I also wanna make sure that the inside here is warm. So let's put our knife in here. I'm a classically trained chef, so I can do this. Warm but not hot. So this still needs a little bit more time, and I would like a little bit of that moisture to bake off and boil off. So this probably needs about another 5 to 10 minutes. It's been about 20 minutes here for our chicken chili verde enchilada bake. Wow, that looks awesome. But it needs one more thing for just a few more minutes, and that's mas queso, more cheese. Because of course, we need some more cheese on the top. Oh yeah, come on. Nice, so we'll just give that another minute, let that cheese melt, and then we are gonna try it. Yes. Yes! You want some enchiladas?
Yes.
Good. Man, we've been cooking all afternoon here in the backyard. Wow. That looks
so good.
That looks awful.
Bro.
Really, really bad.
What?
I'm kidding. It looks really good. I'm really excited to share this with you. So I throw a little squeeze of lime on here too. All right, let's dish this up. But dude, Jackson, this is gonna be really, really hot because we literally just pulled it right off of the burner, so we have to be really careful with that. Oh. Oh, wow.
That looks so cool.
Wow, tortilla chips and beans and rice and salsa. Some canned chicken. Oh boy.
It's gonna taste so good.
There you go. Here, I'm gonna eat with this one. All right, be careful. Take a little smaller bite too if you need to. How is it? It's hot. That's for one thing. You got.
I'm usually not a big fan of enchiladas, but this is actually really good.
Yeah? And why do you like this one over other enchiladas?
I don't know. I feel like it has like more flavor. Like usually, the enchiladas like I've had are just like one like chicken or something. This is like a mixture of like salsa, like sour cream maybe. I don't know. But it's really good.
Good. Well, it sounds like it's a good combination.
Yeah, definitely a lot of cheese, right?
Oh yeah, a lot of cheese. That helps out a lot of things. But wow. Well, we can still keep eating this, but I'm gonna finish my bite here. Well, thanks for helping me taste this stuff.
Yeah.
Obviously, you got a lot of food. We're feeding the whole family here tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, and Jordan, you want a little bite? You know, well, we'll get Jordan some too. But thanks for coming along for testing out the Omnia, I want to call it a stove, but it's not because it's an oven. You can literally bake a whole bunch of stuff on here. I'm excited to try some. I'm excited to try some other stuff, but reminder, we made our raspberry brownies with the silicone tray. We made some crescent rolls with some country ham in it. You can see the peanut gallery has eaten most of these already. That's a good sign. And then we had our chicken chili verde enchilada bake, which can feed plenty of people. Well, get out there, cook something amazing somewhere awesome, whether that's base camp cooking, backpacking, or wherever. But get out there. Boga boga. Nice. So I almost forgot this because I was really excited eating enchiladas, but overall view of the Omnia oven, it's not a stove, I keep wanting to call it a stove, but no, it is an oven, is overall thumbs up. It's a really cool thing, but what I will say is you need a couple things. You need time and you need gas. So it isn't necessarily like a quick dinner at the end of a long day on the road, but if you are set up at base camp for multiple days, then having that as an option to be able to bake up some morning muffins or like little crescent rolls that we did is kind of a nice thing. And if you don't have the ability to have a campfire, because that's getting more challenging, these days, depending on where you're traveling, and you can't use a campfire, you can't use a Dutch oven, using the Omnia could be a nice option if you want some sort of baked thing for your dinner or nice complement. Overall, it worked really, really well. The other tip I will say is to really, really mind your heat based on your camp stove. Each one is a little bit different, and I can't answer that question for you, but when you're first using it for the first couple times is just be really, really mindful of that temperature gauge and be really mindful of that flame in order to get that temperature range and the temperature that you're looking for. But I'm gonna go eat some more enchiladas.
Boca boca.